Hey guys, it's DuconRed1 and welcome to our next Let's Chat video. We are going to be looking through the contest results of the Darwin Reforged Elven contest. As you can see, we have Wood Elves versus High Elves, and I gotta say this contest absolutely turned into an absolute incredible product. Looking around, I am just impressed, absolutely impressed by the overall quality of this of the results that you guys are seeing before you today. In this video, we are going to be looking through the High Elf side, and if you guys want to see the Wood Elf side, you'll have to check in the description below for the link leading over to that video. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna go ahead and try to find a place to look around, and we'll get going on this. All right. Alrighty, so I feel like this is a great spot. In between both of the builds, there is a river pretty much separating the two sides. And there was, as you can see, a bridge that was built here at some time connecting the two cities. Maybe there's some kind of enmity between the two sides. In any case, the bridge is broken, and we are going to start at this bridge here. And as we're walking through, we'll sort of talk about things, maybe come up with some things that we can kind of discuss, and just see the overall quality of the build as we are searching through. So in this video, I want to shout out a YouTuber that has been starting Conquest here recently. His name is King of Light. His link to his channel is in the description below. Great YouTuber. It looks like he has some really great plans for his channel, and I'm really impressed by the quality of the videos that he has been producing. Definitely worth checking out, guys. King of Light, again, in the description below. Don't miss him. Don't miss out on the opportunity to find other Conquest YouTubers out there that are producing content for your viewing pleasures. But going back to this build that we are looking through, just look at the hustle and bustle just kind of represented, all the business transactions, I can just imagine these streets just full of prosperous elves as they are making their way throughout their daily lives and their business adventures or whatnot, whatever is going on. Who knows what's going on throughout this city, but it's just really neat to be able to explore down these roads and just see the absolutely incredible quality that the builders on Team 1 have been able to portray through the use of just a variety of blocks, the palette and everything. I just absolutely love it. Great view of the Wood Elf side here, I would say. But check out the greenery. The nature is really well done. We got some tree roots poking out the sides of the cliffs and such. Honestly, this part right here has a really weird, it weirdly just attracts me really, like, especially, I don't know why it is, I just really like these. I think they're called, it's called a pergola, guys. It's a really weird name. I just realized that that's what it's called. But a pergola is pretty much a freestanding structure with plants that grow up it and then down from the top. So that is kind of what that is. I really like the temperate climate portrayed here. Really, really neat overall quality of the build. Now, if you guys are noticing that I have these paintings that you may not notice in your own resource packs and Conquest Reforged. It's the AC overlay I'm using right now, Artcraft overlay, and it allows for a lot of extra paintings and things. I don't understand how the system works myself, but if you're interested, you can ask the Artcraft builders, Artcraft team, as to how to make it work for yourselves. But I just really love the incredible detail and just variety of things throughout this plot. Like, as I am exploring through this, I have not noticed one thing that really stands out as repetitive or redundant. Things that just seem so unique and interesting that it really draws my eye and makes me want to explore the plot. I do not know why there is a skull just randomly along the road. That seems a little bit strange to me. It does seem like there was some kind of death that occurred here, but it doesn't seem like any death would last long enough for a skull to occur there. Like it would be a human, like a head maybe, like a full head, but a skull, I don't think so. I don't know. It's just a little bit weird to me. But anyways, in here, love the design. We're not going to be going through every interior and exploring all of the crazy things that there is to see, but I do want to make sure that we explore a good bit of it and get the overall just the vibe of this plot, because oh my goodness, it is just gorgeous. Little place to paint. That is just a beautiful view. One of my favorite parts is the palace up there. Also the vaults underneath, which we will be getting to eventually, I'm sure. So up here on the back right corner of the plot, we are now in what seems to be the more professions corner, where we got a bunch of different things. We got the bakery, the Crispy Baker. We got a tailor shop. I think this down here is something as well. This, I know this is something. I just don't really feel like exploring throughout the whole thing. Just relative, you know, just the craftsmen and the makers and such would be around here. Really like this. Got a little place for the bread to rise. Interesting with the cage there. And you got another place over there. Just really overall beautiful build with a lot of purpose, and the detailing is just absolutely inspiring. I just absolutely love going through this build. Oh, it just makes me, it just brings these real good vibes on. So this bridge here, I want you guys to actually see this from a flying perspective. Look at that, guys. That is just gorgeous. Like, man, I could go through this build and really get some screenshots. In fact, I think I might do that. I think I'll go ahead and make a small album of edited shots throughout this build, and I'll do the same thing for the next video for the woodland elf side. But maybe you guys might enjoy to see some neat little screenshots of the build, and those will be linked in the description below if you're interested in seeing some really neat shots of this elven, high elf looking build place. Team 1, there we go. That's what I'm trying to go for. So coming in here, check this out, guys. The center of the palace seems to be built around this large tree. Obviously, this tree has some sort of significance because the palace is built around the tree. It's not like the tree doesn't look like it's been grown to the palace. The palace seems to have molded around the tree. So there has to be some kind of significant lore purpose to this tree. I don't quite know what that is, but it just has a very, you know, obviously elves are, you know, centered around trees and just greenery and such. So that just really has a really nice vibe here, especially when you're walking through and you see that tree in the middle. It's just a really neat and unique idea, I think. Really well done, very creative by the builders, I would say. And as we explore more through this palace, I'm sure we will find some more really interesting things to showcase here. Obviously, we're not going to be showcasing everything, but up here is the throne room. So I do want to try to touch upon most of the main things that I can, but I'm sure there's just going to be a lot of stuff that just is impossible to put on one video without making the video just an hour long or something. We don't want that. We want to try to keep it expedited and a little bit shorter than that, you know? But yeah, really beautiful design here. Really like the overall vibes of this throne room. It doesn't seem like it's intimidating. It's more of a peaceful atmosphere, a place where a king would sit in a very like tranquil tone as he is among his, not his equals per se, but among friends. That's what I kind of envision this room to be. Usually, sometimes throne rooms have a very intimidating, I'm so much better than you feel, but this one has a much more just a calm and tranquil kind of vibe to it, and that is definitely something notable, I would say. You can see that one of the branches from the tree grows out and over the throne. Again, not sure what the significance of the tree is, but it does look really nice. So I want to try to make our way up to the king's bedroom. So let's go ahead and attempt to find our way up there. Okay, so if you make your way up a labyrinth of stairs along the side of the palace, it leads you up to the top floor. Again, you can have a nice view of the whatchamacallit down there. What is this, actually? Oh, that's just, looks like artistic. I gotta see what this is. I'm really kind of curious now. I guess this is oh, it's an organ. Oh, that is so cool. To serenade the feasters down below. That is just such a beautiful and creative design, I think. Oh, I love that. Absolutely incredible. Kudos to the builders of this palace, for sure. But as you come into the king's bedroom, you are meted by armors, I suppose, from the lords that have previously ruled over this area. Or maybe this has always been the Elven Lord. He's been alive for like forever. I don't know. Couldn't tell you. But just really neat armor pedestals set there outside. And then you got a place for the king to sleep right here with an absolutely incredible view over the city and the Wood Elf side. Now, I do have shaders. I'm sorry, I got my view distance down really low because there's so many entities and whatnot throughout this contest area. It literally annihilates my computer, so I have to maintain a rather lower quality visual distance so that we don't end up burning up my graphics card and the rest of the goodies that makes this computer work. So let's try to continue on and see what else we can find. I wonder, yeah, we can jump. Woohoo! There we go. All right, so down here, again, some more interesting things. Oh, what is this? Is this an aviary? Oh, that is so cool. This is where birds would be kept, it would seem. There we go. I was trying to find the way to... Oh, there is no way to get in. Oh, there it is. Ah. Well, you can't get in there, but it looks like this is where they would keep some birds. Like, looks like there's a hawk in there. I could go game mode 3, but it's really not that... it's not that important, but, like, that's a really neat thing to add into a build there, an aviary. I just love the purpose and just the design. There's just so much in this build that just drives you nuts. Like, you just gotta explore it all. Like, that's something like I didn't even see when I was reviewing this plot. Just incredible to be able to walk through this and just even now finding things that I have not seen before. But check this out. We got a little greenhouse. It has a bit of a glass roof up here. It doesn't have a glass roof. I thought it had a glass roof. Huh, okay, it doesn't have a glass roof, but it does have those plants and everything growing over it. So it's not a greenhouse, it's more of just a plant place. We'll just call it that. I don't know, maybe it's a temple. We'll see. Let's delve a little bit deeper. No, it's just a place for a bunch of greenery and things. Another tranquil, peaceful place for elves to come and enjoy just the beauty of their architecture and such. I just love these interiors. They're very spacious. They feel natural. I feel like they're not cramped or crushed, and I don't feel I don't feel like I am being I'm not, like, what do you call it? Claustrophobic. Like, I don't feel claustrophobic in them. There we go. I feel very like natural, like it's supposed to be. So back here we got a lot more like weaving roads and such, and we got a lot of this miscellaneous houses and things. I don't think there's really any craftsmen or such back here. Got a little merchant here selling bits and pieces. I'm thinking like you got some garlic, some bread, just food in general, just whatever he has on sale, I suppose, and he's selling it to his neighbors and such. A little pond right there. Love this. I've seen a couple of these around the plot, and it really adds a neat little dynamic across the build. Again, very elven feeling. I wonder if that actually goes down to sewers. I suppose not. I don't think I've seen any sewers on this build yet, but I'm sure that I will be corrected in the comments below if there is. Ah, this is neat. Place for some records. I suppose this has something to do with, yeah, just a bunch of books, but I don't know what the exact purpose of it is. I suppose just a small library. I don't think that there's really anything more significant than that, but it still is really cool. So we got a library underneath the plant It's really terrible that I can't come up with an official name for this. The greenery, the plant house. We'll just call it the plant house. Let's just stick with that. One thing I want to point out is I really like the overall feel of the nature in here. The structures fade very well into the cliff sides. The rock overall just has a really neat vibe to it. I really, as I've been exploring through this, have enjoyed the vibe and the atmosphere of this build. Just really neat. But that is just incredible. So I'm going to go around and try to find some more really interesting things that really stand out to me. And then we will showcase those. And then we got a lot more underground we got to show. And then we will go ahead and end the video. So let's go ahead and see what else we can find throughout this plot. So one thing I find really interesting actually is this observatory right here. Something that you would kind of miss because it is kind of small. It's not exactly a huge thing. It just looks like another tower if you're looking at everything. There's just a lot to see, and it's really easy to miss, I think, this observatory. We're gonna make our way up this spiral staircase from wherever that starts. In fact, it starts here at this garden, so let's walk through this garden real quick. And see what there is. I really love the greenery and overall design here. And now we're going to make our way up this spiral staircase. Don't really want to go into the interiors until we get up into the observatory itself. I suppose we can't go any farther than that, so we'll make our way up a few more stairs here, and I think it's the next level. I suppose the head observatory guy would sleep there, whatever he would be considered. And here we go, we got the telescope looking up into the stars and the heavens above. This is a place where basically a bunch of mirrors would amplify what is being seen by this large telescope, and then he could see it through there. So really neat, and this would adjust the elevation of the telescope and whatnot. So really neat. Love it to death. Just gorgeous, just absolutely gorgeous. Love this watchtower in the middle. Looks very purposely placed, centralized, definitely somewhere where it could overlook and see pretty much everything that's going on. So I love that to death. But I think what we're gonna do now is go underground. If you guys go down here underneath, there is this whole underground place. Let me change shaders really quick so we can see. There we go. Not as epic as the other shaders I was using, but definitely something you guys will be able to see a little bit better. So it looks like down here, the elves are a little bit more, I guess, poor. Not as much money and resources. Maybe they just are a little lazier. I don't know. But they live underneath the main city up above. So I suppose that these are maybe a faction of the elves that are maybe frowned upon, but are still allowed to live underneath the city or within the city, more or less, so that they can provide some kind of resource. So maybe they're the miners, maybe they are, I don't know, I couldn't really tell you, but obviously there's some purpose to them being down here. Oh, look at that, random head. But as you can see, the style is drastically different than what we had seen above. So either they're humans or maybe they are elves. I don't know, but I mean, here's an elven architecture there, but it just doesn't really show elven throughout this part of the build. But it's obvious that they're trying to portray some kind of lower class culture that lives underneath the city. And they got a little inlet in here for the little boats to come in and dock and whatnot. I'm not going to explore too much. I don't think it's all that important to see everything, but it is just really nice to get the overall idea and see all the really cool things that the builders of Team 1 they went through in order to bring us this really quality and fantastic environment for us to enjoy and discover. So now moving on from that, we got a little, looks like a bridge that can be raised up, really neat there. But what we're going to be doing now is what I consider the crown jewel of this build. Something that I've always really liked is underground stuff, and this down here is definitely some pretty incredible stuff. So really excited to showcase this to you all. Again, I'm going to change shaders. I'm going to see if we can find something a little bit more atmospheric. There we go. This definitely has a great great overall vibe. This is actually the TME shaders, TME version 3 Dev 7. So you'll have to look up the Too Much Effects shaders by Crankerman. But yeah, really cool. So down here is the vaults. I'm not going to go through all of these vaults. I don't think that's really necessary. Maybe we'll touch upon a couple of them on our way down, but I really want to mainly just show you the dragon vault at the bottom. Like, it really is cool. Obviously, inspired by Smog and the Hobbit and such, but just a really cool construction they did down there. So we are going to be making our way down there and seeing what there is. But I really like this vault. It is by, obviously you can't read the name, but each of these vaults is dedicated to one of the players, or one of the builders, I'm sorry, that have built this plot. So if you guys are interested in seeing them all for yourself, the warp to this build is in the description below. So whatever it is will be updated there whenever it's needed. I really liked this one. The greatest treasure of all is knowledge, and it shows this book here that shows the that's what knowledge is, or that's what the treasure is in this vault here, is knowledge. So I found that really interesting and really mature for whoever built this area, and quite an original idea, I would say, for Minecraft, that is. I mean, obviously it's shown in other areas that knowledge is a very important treasure, but in Minecraft it's just a really cool unique idea, I would say. Almost looks like there's a fake wall there, but I don't know how to get back behind there. But really neat interiors and everything. Really well done. Loving this build. But yeah, this has to be one of my favorite parts down here. You come into this room and you see this dragon. Oh, just look how awesome that is. Absolutely fantastic. As you can see, you got a big chain. It's a rather skinny dragon. Maybe he just hasn't eaten in a while. I suppose that's probably the reason, but he got a massive chain that goes all the way back into the blackness. We got some kind of orb over here that I do not know what the Easter egg is to. I got skulls around it and lava and things, but I don't know what that's to. I should have asked the builders, but in any case, it's just a neat little side thing that makes this vault even more interesting. But then you got this massive dragon guarding the vaults down here, guarding the massive amount of treasure. And then you got some little, what do you call these, little vaults here where you can kind of pull out drawers. I just think that's a really cool idea. Whoops, almost destroyed it. But yeah, really cool idea that the builders came up with, and I will definitely, that is an unfinished ceiling. That is an unfinished ceiling. No, my immersion is broken. But anyways, really well done in here. Love it to death. Really good job, guys. But yeah, that is the overall idea of this build, and the overall just incredible. The composition, the detailing, the aesthetics, the originality, the excitement of exploring through it. Really well done, guys. I would definitely say Team 1 really outdid themselves and made a proper and beautiful plot for us explorers to truly enjoy. I don't know what that is. Some kind of symbol, like it gets dropped from the ceiling as like a little thing. I don't know. Someone wasn't happy. But yeah, really well done. Love this theater. Love everything. Just, love this build. Incredible. But yeah, if you guys want to check this out for yourselves, this is on the Darwin Reforged server. And if you want to warp here, the warp will be in the description below. And you can come here for yourselves and enjoy the absolutely incredible result from the contest here for us all to see and properly explore. So obviously I did not explore everything in this video. There's probably a lot of things I've skipped over. Actually, I know there's a lot of things I skipped over, but in lieu of that, come over here, guys, enjoy for yourselves. If you like this video, guys, don't forget to hit that like button, comment below, tell me what you thought about this build, tell the builders what you thought, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Come join us at the Red Clan, and hopefully we'll be seeing some great times in the future and doing some more awesome showcases of a lot of new builds and things. So hope to see you guys on the next one. Till then, bye-bye.